Hi guys, welcome to the Grow Along series 2026. So in this series, we are growing everything together from seed to harvest. So if you have ever wanted to start from seed but feel unsure where to begin, this episode is for you. And in today's episode, we are covering everything you need to know to get started successfully, including preparation, supply, seed selection, soil option, and the exact step-by-step process I use in my own garden. And for me, growing from seed is one of the most rewarding part of gardening. You start with something so tiny, and with the right care, it's become food for your family. And many of the techniques I share with you guys also outlined it in my book, Vibrant Harvest, which is you can use as a reference as we grow along together. I will put the link of my book in the description below, and you also can find it on Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, and other major bookstore and online store. Okay, so let's begin with supplies. Having the right setup makes seed starting much easier and more successful. So first you need a quality seed starting tray. I personally use seed tray from Vago Garden because they are sturdy and reusable, and it's also provide proper drainage. A strong tray prevent root damage and make transplant a lot easier later. And I also recommend using a humidity dome or humidity cover. And this cover came with the seed starting tray from Vago Garden because this will help retain moisture during germination and also create a greenhouse effect. The seed need consistent moisture to sprout, and the humidity cover will help prevent the soil from drying out too quickly. So once the seedling emerge, you will remove the dome to prevent excess moisture and mold. And another supply you may need is heat mat. And heat mat is optional, but it's very helpful, especially for warm season crops like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants, because heat mats warm the soil from underneath and speed up the germination and also improving success rate. And once the seeds sprout, the heat mat can be removed. And you will also need a grow light because seedling require a strong light immediately after germination. A bright window is sometimes not enough, especially during early spring. So I place my grow light just a few inches above the seedling to prevent them from stretching and become leggy. And I really love this grow light. It's also from Vago Garden. And one special thing about this grow light is magnet. And it's so neat that I can just remove from the stand and place directly on the top of my humidity dome. So now let's move on to seed selection because choosing quality seed is very important in this process. And for this year, I use all the seed from Vesco Seed because they provide detailed information and also reliable germination rates. And when selecting seeds, I look at the back of the package carefully because it usually tells you how deep to plant, how many days until germination, space requirements, and also days to maturity. And I also consider a disease resistant and whether the variety is suitable for my growing season. So starting with strong variable seeds make everything a lot easier, and also good seed mean better germination and healthier plants. And another thing you will need is something to label your seed because even though you think that you remember what you sow, but you will forget the next day, trust me. All right, so now let's talk about soil because this is one of the most important parts of the seed starting process. And remember, never use garden soil for seedling because it's too heavy and it may contain pests and disease, especially when you need to bring your seedling indoor. So instead, I use a light and fluffy mixture that allow the root to grow easily. So my homemade seed starting mix including cocoa coir for moisture retention, perlite for drainage and airflow, and the worm casting for a gentle nutrient for my seedling. So my usual ratio is about 60% cocoa coir, 30% perlite, and 10% worm casting. And sometimes I use all-purpose fertilizer as well. So this combination create a soft, airy structure that hold moisture without becoming soggy. So the seed need oxygen as much as they need water. So this mixture provide that balance. And before filling the tray, I like to pre-moisten the soil until it feels like a wrung out sponge. And it should be moist but not dripping. And this will help the seed make good contact with the soil. For store-bought option, if you prefer not to mix your own, you can absolutely purchase a quality seed starting mix from your local nursery. And this is also a great option, especially if you are new to seed starting. So look for a mixed label specifically for seed starting. It should be fine texture, lightweight, and well drained soil. So whether you are make your own soil or buy the ready-made soil, the goal is the same. You need light, airy, and well drained soil. And once your supply are ready, here is the process on how to start seed. So first, fill in your tray cells loosely with pre-moistened soil. Do not pack it down tightly. Remember, gently tap the tray to settle down the mix. Next, time to plant seed. Make sure plant your seed according to the depth that listed on the seed package because this is really important for the germination. And if the seed package doesn't have that, you can also find even more information in my book on how to grow from seed. In my book, I have almost 50 vegetable profile based on the type of vegetable and also the season. And in the books, we'll show you how to grow each and individual vegetable from seed to harvest. And after that, water gently. I water lightly on the top, but I also prefer bottom watering by placing the tray in the shallow container or the saucer because this will keep the seed from shifting and encouraging strong root growth. And I place the humidity dome on the top and set the tray on the heat mat if needed. And this humidity dome, also from Vago Garden, has a dripper system. You can see that how cool this one is. I really love my seed starting tray from Vago, and I've been using it for a few years now. And as soon as the seedling emerge, remove the humidity cover and place them under the grow light immediately and keep the light close to prevent leggy grow. And continue to watering from the bottom and monitor moisture carefully. Once seedling develop their first true leaf, they are officially established and growing strong. All right, so that's it for series one of Grow Along. For me, I feel like growing from seed teach patience and consistency. Every day that you care for your seedling, you are building a foundation for healthy harvest. So if you are growing along with me this season, start your trade this week and follow this step carefully. And in our next episode, in the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I will share the update on our seedling and talk about thinning, feeding, and what to do as they continue to grow. So make sure to stay tuned for the episode 2 updates and let's keep growing together.